Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry Mowers and Blowers. It's Saturday. It's a beautiful day. We're awaiting the remnants of Florence coming up the coast in 2 or 3 days. Anyway, I decided today I was going to do that project I was talking about. Taking the engine off of this power washer and putting it on my Scotts by John Deere lawn tractor. I measured the hole and it's identical to that of the power washer, 6.5 inches, close to 7. Between the holes it was about 8.5 inches. I believe they match. I didn't try it yet, but I'm thinking that would probably work. I would need a belt, a drive belt, because this one was snapped from taking the engine out from the old owner did that. But then I got a lot of feedback from my YouTube followers saying that a small engine like that is not going to be able to have enough horsepower to power the lawn tractor. Well, I say that shouldn't be that true. Why? Because I used to have a Snapper, the Forrest Gump Can't Buy Me Love riding mower. That had a stock Tecumseh 6 horsepower, and it mowed and drove just fine, you know? And that's a 7 horsepower engine, you know what I'm saying? And then my other follower, Gary Bellinger, who's a regular commenter on my YouTube channel, told me that, nah, you need to fix the pressure washer. So I said, fix the pressure washer? Well, it is a nice pressure washer, I will give him that, right? But then I'd have to buy a hose, which was 20 bucks, and I'd have to buy a wand. I don't know how much that costs. So, I mean, that means I'd be in it for like 50 bucks or something, you know? But it is a good pressure washer, I will tell you. And I do come around engines all the time for lawnmowers, you know what I'm saying? So, I decided that I was going to give that a try, or at least listen to him, you know? So what I did was I removed the part that was leaking. You guys saw the last video. Water was just shooting out this side over here. And so I wanted to figure out what it was. So it was just 4 Allen bolts, and this part came right off, right? Easily. And look at this. That O-ring is busted, which was the reason why the water was leaking out, which is probably the reason why the power washer didn't work, you know? Pressure wasn't building up, not enough water, so that's why it didn't work. I just happen to have the exact same O-ring in my box of parts. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to listen to Gary Bellinger, and I'm going to put that O-ring back there. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, at least I listened to what he said and gave it a try. So I'm going to put that O-ring back in there, and shoot, I'm not going to go through all this stuff and clean it and all that stuff and get check valves and all that. I'm just going to fix that O-ring. That should fix the leak, and hopefully this might work. So I just simply put that O-ring back into that thing and put the 4 bolts back on, torqued it down pretty well. I don't want to go overdo it because I know it's brass on the other side, you know. So I've never worked on a power washer before. I mean, not like this, you know. It's the most extensive I've ever done on a power washer. But, you know, that was pretty easy. You know, if this was the only thing that was wrong with it, then I guess it's worth fixing. Because, you know, it didn't cost me anything. And that's the whole point of things, is that to keep your costs down on these things. I mean, yeah, I got this for free, so it's a great find already. And just using a O-ring that I had lying around some toolbox, whatever, and it was the same size, amazingly. And can you believe Briggs & Stratton wanted $8 for an O-ring? Can you believe that? Retarded, man. Anyway, so I put that in there. What's my confidence level that this will work? Probably 70%. I find it hard to believe that somebody would just throw this away just for that O-ring. Of course, the regular layperson doesn't know that it's just an O-ring. The regular layperson sees water shooting out the side and is like, oh, screw that. And chucks it, right? So I think maybe that is it. That's why it's 75%. However, being that I'm a rookie to, you know, pressure washers, that's why I have a conservative figure of 75% and not 95%, you know. But that's probably the problem. So again, I'm going to take the, take my wand and my hose off of this one. By the way, I took the crank off of that one. I think that's pretty cool. And I'll put it on here and attach a water line and give it a try. And if it works, I'll have a nice pressure washer. Damn, it is nice, isn't it? I'm not going to use those bottles now. Anyway, if it works, I mean, I'll be happy, but at the same time, I won't be that happy because I wanted to try the project. I wanted to try putting a push mower engine, and I don't come around the 7 horsepower push mower engines very often, you know. So, you know, I think 7 would have been more than sufficed for this. You know, I would have liked to try putting that on. However, to get the double pulley, which is usually an inch and not 3/4, probably would have had to buy an adapter to get that to fit the double pulley. I'd have to definitely buy a drive belt too, which is cheap, $8, you know. But to do all that without knowing if it'll work or not is another thing, you know. And I'm pretty sure this is a 3/4 inch shaft, so I would definitely have to get an adapter, which is like $20. But anyway, I'm gonna hook this stuff up and get a water hose to it and see what happens. So I've got it started. My hose has a leak, but that's fixed. It's not leaking anymore. So here it is, check it out. It works. This power washer works. I'm stoked. Hard to do this with one hand. Hey, Gary Bellinger, thanks for the suggestion. It was a good idea. It was an easy fix. Now I got a power washer. But still, I have no engine.